I wouldn't take that if I were you. I didn't mean to startle you. Sorry for that. We do look pretty different, don't we? Even though we share some other similarities. But yes, you guessed right. I am no human. Yes, I am one. But I take it you're not a very big fan of elves. No, I mean, considering you just took a step back, not to mention the look on your face, I don't see many other ways to interpret that. Well, in any case, the plant you're holding in your hand is water hemlock. Now, unless you intend to use it for what it is, I'd say be careful of the things you take home. That is most definitely not cow parsley. On that note, I'll be on my way now. My name? I suppose there's no harm in telling you. I am Emeth. Care to give me your name? That is such a human name. I am only joking. I think you have a beautiful name. No, you're not trespassing on elven territory. Don't you worry about that. Is this your first time wandering around this place? I see. Well, I only showed myself because the plant you were picking is quite literally deadly. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were doing. No worries. Right. Am I allowed to leave now, or do you have any other questions for me? Wow, I was being sarcastic, but I guess you do have more questions. A whole lot of questions. It does not really bother me, not as much as it surprises me, at the very least. Well, only 2 minutes ago I thought I would for sure have to wait for the planets to align in order for me to hear your voice, but now there's no stopping you. It does make sense, now that you know that you're not in any danger. I mean, I heard the stories that the people of your village tell about my people. Humans really are fun to tease. I'm only joking again. I understand, I really do. We all have our expectations about things and people. I've seen and heard my fair share about what humans are like, and to be completely honest, you don't really fit in with any of what I heard. For instance, I heard that humans were pretty aggressive and hostile even among themselves, but that their hatred towards other species, especially intelligent ones, goes beyond what is imaginable. No, for some reason, I wasn't afraid to walk away from you without watching my back the way I did earlier. Your turn. Tell me a story or something you've heard about elves. I think I've heard most of them, but go ahead. Perhaps I'll add something new to the already long list of those. Your grandmother said that? No, we don't hold rituals to curse the human race with incurable illnesses. That really was a good one. Ow, no, that one is not an elf thing. That is more of a me thing. I've always loved the greenery around me. I feel like I speak the language of plants. Elves are very much capable of performing magic, but what I have with plants is not much of a power, not as much as it is a passion. I believe you humans use that word as well. I have acquired and read every book in plants that I laid eyes on, and I have been doing so since my younger years, and I can't seem to slow down. Tell you what, if we ever meet again, then I will tell you my age and you'll tell me yours as well. Does that sound like a deal? Great. Yes, that is the reason I'm adamant that what you have there is not cow parsley. For starters, the stem of cow parsley are thinner than that and could even be described as graceful. Meanwhile, water hemlock, as you can see, has a robust stem. Besides, cow parsley shouldn't have those purple blotches. I do know of a place where cow parsley grows. It is not very far from here. I can guide you there if you'd like that. Right this way then. What is it that you need the plant for, if I may ask? I see. I'd say celebrate is a strong word for it, but no, us elves do not celebrate Samhain. If I am not mistaken, your grandmother will prepare and give the herbs she sent you to gather for her as an offering for the gods and fae. No, we do not need to give these offerings since we are part of the creatures humans try to keep at bay during Samhain, when the veils between worlds are thinner. Well, do you remember what I said earlier about me choosing to show myself to you? That is because, thanks to our magic, we can walk among you. Yet you still wouldn't have the slightest idea we do. In fact, our village is quite close to yours, but we made sure no human could ever stumble upon it accidentally. And it is the same for all other creatures that humans know about just enough to fear. I'm not very knowledgeable in history, but I believe that ages ago humans came to understand that around a certain time every year, extraordinary things happen. Well, extraordinary for humans, that is. Yes, we do use magic to hide our presence from humans, but during Samhain, as your people decided to call it, none of it works. I mean, we can still do magic, but no matter how hard we try, none of our cloaking spells work. Actually, according to our ancient documents, there were wars waged by humans against us, against all of us, and apparently, they lost all of them. While humans surpassed elves in numbers by far, their odds were still bad. You are correct. Waging a war against all other magical creatures at the same time was what led them to their doom. After that, even humans tried to take us down one race at a time, they still failed. Because we understood that once they'd be over with one, they'd go after another, so the rest of the races decided to join their forces against your people. But that was centuries ago from what I heard. I think so as well. I mean, humans had to cut their losses at some point. What I think is sad, however, is that they decided to isolate themselves instead of opening up to the rest of the world and getting to know what lives around them. They lost, but they still hold on to their ways till the end. Humans refused us no matter what, and they only instilled fear in their children about us. In the end, my ancestors, as well as other races, decided to avoid the conflict altogether by staying hidden and stopping all attempts at communication. Ever since then, humans give all sorts of offerings and remain locked in their homes during Samhain. So yes, that was how Samhain as you know it came to be. True, it does mean that elves used to cloak their presence even before the wars ever happened. Looking at it from that angle makes me empathize with the humans back then. It certainly mustn't have been easy walking out one night to find that an entire village has appeared out of nowhere at your doorstep. Still, a lot of lives were lost, and I think there were other ways to deal with the situation other than waging war like they did. Here we are. Now this is cow parsley. Yes, and you can see that one has a darker shade of green while the other one has a paler one too. Would you tell me, what is it that you are passionate about? You know what I am passionate about. I think it is only fair that I get to know that about you. What is it? Did I say something wrong? You seem very uncomfortable all of a sudden. Is that so? Wow! No, I guess I didn't really expect that. Magic is a part of my everyday life, but for a human, magic is uncharted territory. As far as I know, your kind has been very hush-hush about this topic, almost like speaking the word magic would curse them. I never thought I'd live long enough to hear a human admit that they not only study and search, but try to practice magic as well. But now that I think about it, even though you did look scared when you realized what I was, had another human walked in your shoes, they probably would have run for the hills instead of staying the way you did. So it is true then. Practicing magic for humans is prohibited and punishable by death. I was wondering how you didn't jump on the opportunity to ask me more questions about magic when I said that I could use it, but now I understand your apprehension. Well, I did spend our entire walk rambling about how your people feared and fought everything that was foreign to them, but I am glad it gave you the courage to speak your mind out loud. I must say that you taught me something new about humans too. I learned that humans possess individuality as well. You don't all share the same traits, which makes sense, considering your war among yourselves and all. I am ashamed to admit it, but I did look down on your race and thought I could lump all of you into a small number of overgeneralized groups. I'm really sorry for that. I am also sad to say that the day is nearing its end. Nothing good comes from ambling through the forest at night. Not for a human, at least. You should start heading back to your village. You have a favor to ask of me? If I can, then sure thing. Do tell. I thought you'd ask me that. I would have really liked to help you, but... Oh, please don't give me that pleading look. How can a simple look be this devastating? All right. Even though sneaking scrolls and books out of our village will not be an easy task, it shouldn't be the end of the world either. I'll see what I can do. Don't thank me. I haven't done anything just yet. Yes, of course we can meet again. I did promise I'd tell you my age in a second meeting, after all. No, not tomorrow. I can't bring you what you asked of me tomorrow. I will need planning and... Oh, you just want to see me? Well then, sure. Tomorrow it is. Same time, same place. Right. See you then.